let us begin. SycoPsilico Subliminal Show, episode number 3. It is October 1st, 2023. Marker and action. So, we done the screening, which was phenomenally fun on Friday. First time the public has ever watched my feature-length film, SycoPsilico, SilicoSolutions. Oh, and let me just say, this night was spectacular. Had a wonderful evening, had a wonderful time. Got to see everyone's faces. VIP was sold out. We had over 100 people. A little bit over 100. Don't let me make it sound bigger than it was, but it was nice to be in front of a live audience once again. Oh, it's been so long to have an audience that captivating and large. Tonight, we have some of them in the audience in our live. This time on Instagram because, TikTok's being wankers about everything. Fuck them! What I gotta say. Either way, it is what it is. So, tonight, I want to talk a little bit about the event. But I don't want to be the one talking about it from my perspective. No. I want to talk about it from your perspective, the viewer. So, I had all kinds of beautiful comments. All kinds. One of which being a very, very long, thought out, meticulously worded review, and it made me choke in the best ways. It brought a tear to my eye even. Oh, the emotion that was behind it. Now, you have to think about all the sacrifices leading up to this, and if you don't give a shit about the sacrifices and what it takes, then fuck you. That's all I gotta say, because everything counts, especially in large amounts. So, I'm gonna go over these reviews. I'm gonna discuss how each one made me feel. I'm gonna discuss why it hits the heartstrings. Because every sacrifice was necessary, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So let's begin, shall we? I want to start off with my favorite one, which is very, very fucking long. Y'all like to listen to me read, and you like to listen to my voice, so this works perfectly. Hopefully, this episode of the Subliminal Show will be one of those that you listen to go to sleep to. So let us begin. Alright, so this one comes from Geist Builds on Instagram. Alright, this post is long, but it is absolutely necessary. I'm no writer, reviewer, but man, I have to write about this one. Last night, I got the chance to watch the premiere of Tyler Payne's new horror film, SycoPsilico, SilicoSolutions. I'll be honest, I wasn't totally sure what to expect. What followed was a twisted dive into surrealist nightmare. It's a bad trip in the best way. I will say, it is inspired from some bad trips. Imagine sitting alone in a... Oh, wait, no, I jumped ahead of myself. Without giving too much away, the film seamlessly morphs from American 1980s slasher to artistic Italian horror to Japanese gore fest, which is amazing because I've not watched many Italian horror films. And I've only seen a very, very select few of Japanese Gorefest films. So, imagine sitting alone in a dark room where 3 TVs show A Nightmare on Elm Street, Suspiria, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre while you replay a Skinny Puppy song in your head. It creates a feeling of excitement, suspense, unease, and confusion as the entire watching room in which you reside is soon subtly lit with beautiful splashes of flickering neon lighting. The douses of fleeting light are unexpectedly dimmed by an unseen force that you are only left to sit with your lingering thoughts of dread as the movies playing on the scenes before you begin to wrap up and leave you in the darkened room. You remember a funny joke your best friend told you and snap out of it. That's really the only metaphor I can give to create an expectation of this movie. I need a drink. Excuse me. Alright. The visuals are appealing and disgusting simultaneously. Sterile clinical spaces give way to filthy back rooms which are soon sullied by the bloodied by all manner of fluids, natural and supernatural. The setting could be the definition of liminal space, and it creates a strange mixture of comfort and suspense. But that's the catch, really. The movie does an excellent job at presenting the viewer with drastic juxtapositions of safety and danger, clean and filthy, grim acts of violence with moments of black humor. All of these scenes are dominated by what I feel could easily be the next cult horror icon, Carol. His/her evil. Excuse me while I turn the page. Where am I? See the problem? There we go. His/her evil, depraved game of cat and mouse somehow made more acceptable by undeniable charisma and humorous observations. The film's Crescenado can only be described as the worst ASMR video you could ever see, and that is in no way an insult. Touches my heart. It is the highest compliment in context. Again, it is the perfect combination of the appealing and the disgusting. The shots linger on bizarre and violent, yet somehow funny displays of body horror, but never for too long. The length of each shot is just long enough to make you feel uncomfortable before cutting away. The uncanny valley is also used to an incredible effect with how certain special effects are presented. You're never quite sure what you're seeing is real or fake, but you can only hope it is the latter. I feel like this movie also has an incredible amount of subtext that weaves underneath the forms of interesting themes about beauty standards, self-realization, mental health, violence, sex, entertainment industry. It's all there, and it's carefully presented in ways that may not be immediately obvious below the insanity unfolding on screen, which is exactly why it's effective. It is able to subliminally unfold in your brain as the film spills across the screen in its gory beauty. SilicoSolutions is able to draw from dozens of horror influence, whether it be film, music, or video games, and create something truly and wholly unique that doesn't overtly borrow from anything else at all. It is SycoPsilico. Motherfucker! That makes me feel a certain way. I don't know how to describe it. The amount of detail put into this review, the amount of discussion, the amount of thought and effort that this took, it touches my heart. Keep in mind that this is the first time that it's been viewed in a public setting. Holy shit. This review alone has touched my heart beyond belief. It makes me feel as if I have achieved what I was trying to achieve. The thrill ride, the bad trip, all of it. All of it. It's something that you are guided all the way through, and it has little bits of fun moments for everybody. Even if you don't like certain aspects of it, because it's not for everyone. I mean, I didn't design it to be for everyone. I designed it to be for me. But, although it's designed for me, it makes me extremely happy to have a review like this where someone else feels this intense by something that I created. By the horrific nights that go down in SilicoSolutions. The happiness is still there through the dark, grim beauty of it all. So, let us continue with more of these reviews. Let us find. So this one in particular comes from one of my camera operators, Ben Link. He did an amazing job. I was so grateful to have him as one of my operators. So, he sends me this text message the following day. Dude, I took the day off from work to the show yesterday and would do it again in a heartbeat. Super proud to have worked on this project and super proud/impressed with your drive, passion, and vision. What I saw last night genuinely impressed me and filled me with positive emotions. I'm glad the audience felt the same way. That is so nice to hear. But there's more. I hope we get to work together on future projects, and I highly look forward to heading back up soon and really getting to hang out and talking shop without the public around. We were discussing some things, and, we can't go into too many details, but I will say that he's gonna be a part of the sequel. He's got some camera work to do, and it's gonna be fucking gorgeous. He also introduced me to his lovely lady friend, who has a very high chance of being one of the patients at SilicoSolutions in the future. So, that touches my heart. But of course, Ben would have a bit of a bias. But at the same time, me, also being a camera operator and an artist, views this as one of the highest compliments because I will look at my own work in disgust from time to time. Now, don't get me wrong, SycoPsilico is one of the only few pieces that I truly feel in my heart and love to watch. Hell, I'll get caught into watching some of my own work from time to time. You can say I'm jacking off to myself in a mirror all you want, but, if you don't jack off to yourself in a mirror, you can go fuck yourself, because it's amazing. Because if you ain't gonna jack off to yourself, then who is? Probably one of my many fucking followers. Anyway, moving on. This is another text message received from one of the viewers. Oh, great goodness, I love that so much. Honestly, your eye for film is unmatched. I appreciated the scene changes, the gentle laughs put in there on good timing spots. I can't describe it, but the outline of the neon flashes really was such a wonderful touch. The ASMR, everything. Was such a twisted treat. I also appreciate the fact that it was a hair longer focused on the visceral than any other movie would have done, but not so long where it lost its charm. You found that Goldilocks zone where you made me watch what was happening, but it was so cinematically grasping that I couldn't look away. The soundtrack also pulled me in. All in all, I fucking loved it, super proud of you, and thankful I got to attend. That is amazing to hear. Now, I'm feeling so grateful to have had this event go off without any hitches. Everything flowed perfectly. Everything flowed exactly the way it needed to. Keep in mind, I am running most of this event alone to test my own abilities and myself. And guess what? I fucking killed it. Now, not to just jack off to myself some more, but I did have a lovely friend running the merch table and her brother. It was What Up Kate Designs, who also did the VIP shirts by hand. All fucking 80 VIP shirts were carved out by hand. So let that sink in. So the dedication alone for these shirts to be made for the VIPs is incredible. Plus the additional shirts, which I have extras of and plan to do a little special thing soon on TikTok with that. Those weren't VIPs, those were just extra merch pieces. Also, we had the cluck truck. One of my favorite cluck trucks, or, food trucks, is the cluck truck. I had to have them there. They sell out anytime they pop up. So to have them on board for this event is amazing. Because they don't need to be there. They chose to be there. They chose to help me. Because they believed in the project and the idea and the vision. And I couldn't be more grateful for What Up Kate Designs and the Cluck Truck. Thank you dearly from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you. Moving on to more reviews. Okay. This one comes from our lovely Fatty McCracker, who I hope is watching. Last night was amazing. You are more talented than you even know. You're going to continue to do great things. Glad we were able to share this experience with you. Keep in mind, Fatty McCracker drove 8 to 9.5 hours away to be here. That, to me, is dedication. That, to me, shows passion. That, to me, shows love for SycoPsilico. That shows love for Carol. That shows love for my girls. That means more than you know to me. And I will explain why I myself do a fuck ton of driving. Fucking too much. So, I fucking have gotten to the point to where I hate it. So to have people travel this far means the absolute world. I also had another follower from TikTok who was unable to make it, two actually, one of which was Laura Lee, who was coming from another 8-hour and some drive, was unable to make it, sadly. We'll make things work out, don't you fucking worry about that. And then there was Brittany. She was unable to make it as well due to road closures and things like that. But she did show her support with a very nice and generous donation, which will be used to get the next event situated, which I am currently working out. Now keep in mind, this event has just happened September 29th, which is Friday, a few days ago. I'm already in the works to get the next shit rolling. I'm taking this on tour as if I am in a band, playing and performing and doing what needs to be done. Okay. This one, I'll read it after I have a drink. Are you happy? Comment section. I'm actually drinking it. I forget sometimes. And then my bandages are rolling around being uncomfortable, but we'll fix that. This one comes from Ryan Parker from the Other People Show, who helped me get this venue, by the way. I went on a show for the first time, and then he showed me this lovely, beautiful venue. And when he showed it to me, I was thrilled to have the opportunity to screen my film for the first time there. So, let's begin. Last night at Park Avenue Theater, Tyler Payne unleashed his visually stunning and beautiful retro visceral gore fest SycoSilico Along with all the moviegoers, we were not disappointed in the promise made by its creator as being one of the most violent, blood-curdling films in most recent memory. Congratulations, my friend. Thank you. Let me just say, Ryan Parker here puked twice. Yeah, which is nice for me. But I can't fully take credit for that because he was a little intoxicated before he got to the event, mind you. So, I like to give that one a 50-50. He might have vomited twice, but we're going to say once. And it happened to be on this very scene that I believe won me Best Gore at the FrankenCon event in Knoxville, which I will be attending again, by the way, with a very special short film that I'm creating. Y'all will love it. It'll be a prequel connected to SilicoSolutions, so therefore I can continue to promote my work and promote the film itself. There was also someone else who almost puked, which was Micah Nida from the Cluck Truck. He had a nice edible before going on, and it happened to peak. Right at what I consider the Japanese gore fest moment of the film. The ASMR bits that you all are going to be in so much love with. I hope to God that you all put my film on a loop at night and use it as your comfort film. I hope to God you all watch it, love it, and continue to watch it. I hope that you memorize every fucking line. It will warm my heart to know this. So, the next review. Danica Hamilton says, Brendan Mullins and I had the best time at the premiere of SycoPsilico. Tyler Payne gave us a freaking experience and a look into his creative genius. Can't wait to see what's next. Now, I wouldn't quite call myself a genius, but they do say there is a thin line between being a genius and insane. If you ask me, I think it requires a little bit of both. Because you gotta think outside of the box. You gotta see things that the other people can't quite see. And schizophrenia can help with that. Not saying that I am. I'm just saying. This one comes from a dear old friend. Tonight was one hell of a night. Not only did I get to experience a hell of a movie, I got to reunite with so many people that I haven't spoken to in years. Now, Ron Atkins is one of my friends I had grown up with. We have done some very interesting art pieces together, so to have him there and be reunited, because he has also moved far away from our hometowns. So he came in, drove several hours as well, to be a part of this, to watch this film. So reuniting him with some old friends warms my heart within itself. This event was bigger than our high school reunion. I had more people show to my event than our high school reunion. I'm just saying. So, if you didn't show up, and I know you personally from high school, shame on you. You missed out. I might do it again if you beg like a bitch. Tyler Payne, the amount of hard work, heart, soul, and creativity did not go unnoticed. You did a phenomenal job. I am so proud of you. Thank you, sir. I appreciate those words beyond belief. I'm glad that you made it down. I'm glad that you took the effort and you drove the 2.5 or whatever many hours it took to get there. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of it. This one comes from one of my old friends that I didn't work with him directly, but when I was a kid, I would hang out at this video game store, and he was one of the people who worked there. So, tonight, I went to the showing of SycoPsilico, My wife and I had a great time. This movie was written, directed, and produced by the talented Tyler Payne, and we loved it. It has the right amount of gore, horror, camp, and humor to give it a cult following. I believe I have my cult, and they're sitting right there. But I want it bigger! Anyways, we got the VIP tickets, which included food from the Cluck Truck and a gift bag with free t-shirts. We wish we could have stayed longer to get a picture of him in costume after the show. Overall, solid night. I did do a Q&A. Me, Carol, I did a Q&A. And it was lovely. It was almost like doing a live. But instead of just seeing your profile picture, I saw your fucking face. I could hear the tone in your voice. And I'll say this, in person, I'm less likely to gut you. Maybe. Depending on your tone. I'm just saying. Now this comes from Patrick Ryan's wife, Kendra Miller, or girlfriend, wife. It doesn't matter, significant other. Tyler killed it. I am so thankful we got the VIP experience. I honestly wouldn't change anything at all. I don't know how the hell you managed to pull off an artsy, campy horror film that had people laughing and saying ooh all in the same second, but you did it. So proud of you, and we can't wait to see what's next. You have a following for sure. If it wasn't for my following, friends, I don't know if I would have had the dick in my pants to make this film. I don't know if I would have had what it took to sacrifice the things that I've sacrificed to make this film. It takes a lot of balls to let go of the things I've let go of. But those sacrifices are sacrifices to the universe to prove that I have what it takes, and I'm willing to cut anything's throat to get where I want to be! Which is a house. I want a house and a studio to work out of. I mean, that's reasonable! That is reasonable! Moving on. Kendra Miller had more to say. I wanted to speak again on this awesome event we attended last night. Here is the trailer to the film that Tyler created. I don't watch tons of movies, but I have waited 2 years for this because it was skillfully curated. As someone who has poured everything into creating, I knew he would deliver and have been patiently waiting. Not only did he deliver with the most awesome film, but the entire event was strategically orchestrated flawlessly. For the VIP, Tyler arranged a pre-show, a meal from the Cluck Truck, where Micah Nida has turned food into art. He really fucking has. You should see some of the things this man creates. Additionally, for the VIP, we each received a one-of-a-kind in our perfect size SycoPsilico t-shirt handmade by Kate Tennell. This extra year in preparation really made this first showing perfect. Everything fell into place like Tyler has done this many times. To be honest, at this point, I'm convinced he could be an event planner as well. But I'm not expecting him to have any free time now. He's going to be big. If there is another local showing anytime soon, this is your sign to go. Now let me just say, it's very unlikely that I'll be doing another local show. And the reason why is because I'm taking this show on the road. Our next location will be in Johnson City, which is a little closer to me, but still a good little drive. But that's where I'm looking at right now. Then, PVD Horror up in Rhode Island is going to help me get a location to screen it. But I may ask them if they're willing to let me do 2 showings. One night in one location and one another night in a different location. Because if I'm driving the fuck all the way to Rhode Island, I kind of want to make it worth my trip. So maybe 2 showings. 3 if I can get the van that I'm trying to score. Because if I can score a van, I'm going to be living in that motherfucker for a few nights. And I'm excited to suffer. So, I really want that van. Then after PVD Horror, I'm going to speak with Rotten, which I've already reached out, and they are down to help me get people in, which is located in Alabama. Then there's Yellow Deadfish, or Yellow Bonefish, yes. Excuse me, apologies. They will help me also bring in a crowd and a place to show it, and I will bring my happy-ass self and perform, just like I've done here. But this time, I won't have to run the projectors and everything else, which will be nice, but either way, I had fun doing that. It's a part of the show, after all. It's a part of the tests of my talents, my abilities, and my fucking skills. That's what's important, is the ability, the mental strength to push through every bit of this. So this next one is not necessarily a review. This comes from my grip. Also, the makeup artist's assistant, Douglas Hall. Tonight is the big night for Tyler with his premiere of SycoPsilico, SilicoSolutions. Unfortunately, I am unable to make it to this event, but this guy has poured his whole heart into this production, with some nights where everyone barely slept just to see this through, and I know it's going to be very well received. It's been a long journey for him, and I'm proud of this dude. It was an honor to assist during the filming of this movie. To everyone who is going out to support him tonight, I thank you and hope you enjoy it. He is a true artist, so congratulations, dude. You did it. DJ, thank you. Thank you for being there. Thank you for suffering. Thank you for doing the things that you needed to do. We done this film with about 5 to 6 people, DJ being one of them, who would help out when he could. So thank you for all the time that you put in. This was no easy task. We all wore many different hats on the making of this film. And you know what? There's something special about a tight-knit crew. There's something special when you only have a small group of people working on something like this. You become closer. You become family. I enjoy having a skeleton crew because I've worked on larger productions before. Not massive, but larger, bigger budgeted. And I will say this. There's the family aspect of it, but everybody clicks off. It's nice when the whole crew is the clique. It's nice when everybody's on the same page. So, warms my heart. Do I got any more of these? One more. This one comes from one of the viewers. You made it feel like I had ate mushrooms. Perfect! The Silico to SycoPsilico really guts it up in there. The cutting scenes, the sounds, made me smell the bobcat that my wife has skinned on the deep freezer. Fun fact, his wife does taxidermy. Just saying. So, ammonia and all. Also, if you need meat-covered bones or bones, she has a few. I appreciate the bones and the meats. I do. I don't have the room for them, sadly, but thank you dearly. Going back to DJ, though, he had mentioned that we didn't get to sleep much. 1 second. During the making of this film, I literally would drive about 2 hours back home from set location, sleep about 1.5 to 3 hours, depending on the level of excitement in my heart, wake up with anxiety, because when you have as much on the line as I had, you're going to be a little anxious. So, the amount of sleep that I will roughly say that I got within the 8 days of filming this film, I would say equated to about 10 hours that week. So yes, the lack of sleep was there. And I loved every fucking minute of it, and I would not change a damn thing. It is an honor to have the opportunity. I am grateful for the opportunity. I am grateful to be able to suffer like this. I am grateful for the opportunity to sacrifice the things I sacrificed. These aren't things of, oh, pity me. These are things to look at as fucking trophies. War trophies. To be willing to cut off and sever your career and your life. Funds from fucking work, insurance for fucking health, dental, all the works, to sacrifice all that because now you have to take care of yourself if you want to survive. You truly have to take care of yourself, which is why we limit our alcohol consumption. It's a part of it, obviously. Exercise, mental health. You gotta balance it all out. You gotta think clearly. Now, I will say, before this event, before this screening, my mental health started to fucking fall through the cracks from the anxiety and the nerves. But I managed. I pulled it through, and I focused on what needed to be focused on. Persevered through some dark moments. We fucking made it. We fucking made it. And that's what matters. I really hope this mic is picking up the bubbles, because it sounds so nice. So, with all these things in mind, and all these things that have been done, taken care of, now this show, the Subliminal show, SycoPsilico, is not for the producer. It's not for the husk, the body that I inhabit. But I will say this. I am grateful that he carved me. I'm grateful that he brought me into this, and he wears me and guides me through this. I will say I'm grateful that he lets me control him from time to time. And maybe I shouldn't be so hard on that spit fuck. But if someone didn't kick him in the dick, who would? I gotta keep that bitch inspired. And he likes to be kicked around a little bit by Mama Carol here. He likes it. So, with all of this in mind, I'm going to tell you that the first screening was a full-blown fucking success. It fills my heart with so much joy that I've been riding this high for the past few days and plan to continue to ride this high. There's nothing like it. The rush, the exhilaration from this is like no other. You can't get this from a substance. The only way that you can get a high like this is by taking the risk. It gives adrenaline like nothing else. To know that everything is on the line. You want to get something done? Light a fire under your ass that's undeniable. Be undeniable. When film festivals spit in your face, you fucking tell them to fuck off. And you make events for yourself. You take it. You take it and you skull fuck the shit out of it. You don't want me at your event because your programming is not suitable for all ages and blah 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 blah. Go fuck yourself. It's a horror event. You want real fucking horror? You really want that? Then quit being fucking pussies. Take a chance. Take a risk like I fucking have. Weak blood is weak, and I see through it. That's the episode. I'm fucking done.